All right, so get this. You can basically talk to AI now, and I don't mean like asking Siri to set a timer.
Right.
We're talking giving AI instructions that make it write poems or code entire programs or summarize like a dense research paper,
Mm-hmm.
all starting with a well-crafted prompt. That's what prompt engineering is all about.
Yeah.
And we are diving deep into it today.
It's so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
It's
is.
like having this incredibly powerful tool, but you need the right language to unlock its potential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got a stack of articles here breaking down prompt engineering, what it is, how to do it, why it even matters.
Yeah.
Consider us your AI whisperers decoding this whole new world for you.
We're going to go beyond the buzzwords and give you like practical knowledge to actually use it.
Yes, exactly. Okay,
Huh.
so first things first, what exactly is prompt engineering? It
Right.
sounds way more technical than it actually is.
You're right. It's often made out to be this mysterious art, but it's more about clear communication.
Okay.
Think of it like giving instructions to a super smart intern. They can do amazing things, but they need very specific directions.
So it's not about typing in random words.
Right.
It's about speaking the language of AI to get the results you want.
Precisely, and that's what makes it so powerful.
Yeah.
The right prompt can make the difference between an AI spitting out like generic nonsense
Oh, yeah.
and generating something truly insightful or creative.
Now, we've all heard about AI, but why is this prompt engineering thing suddenly so important?
Well, AI models have become incredibly sophisticated, especially these large language models. They've been trained on massive amounts of data, giving them this vast knowledge base, but they need the right instructions to access and apply that knowledge effectively.
Okay, so it's like having a library full of books, but no librarian to help you find what you're looking for.
Exactly. Prompt engineering is your librarian guiding the AI to the right information
Right.
and helping it process it in a way that's useful to you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Ah,
So how do we actually craft these magical prompts?
yeah.
Is there some secret formula?
There are definitely some key elements that go into a good prompt.
Okay.
It's not just about throwing words at an AI and hoping for the best.
Our sources actually break down this prompt anatomy.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fascinating. You start with defining the role.
Yes.
It's like giving the AI a persona to step into.
Right. You're setting the stage.
Okay.
If you want the AI to write a marketing campaign, you might tell it to act as a seasoned advertising executive.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want help with research, you could tell it to be a meticulous research assistant.
So you're telling the AI how to think and what perspective to take.
Mm-hmm.
Then you give it the actual instructions, the task.
Right.
This is where you lay out exactly what you want the AI to do.
And the clearer and more specific your instructions are, the better the results will be.
Okay.
It's like giving someone directions, the more detailed you are, the less likely they are to get lost.
Makes sense. But what if you need more than just a simple task done?
Right.
What if you have a complex problem that needs like specific information?
That's where questions come in. You can embed questions within your prompt to guide the AI's focus and get specific answers.
So instead of just asking the AI to write a report on climate change, you could ask, what are the most significant contributing factors to climate change? And what are the potential economic impacts?
Precisely. And to take it even further, you can add context to your prompt.
Okay.
This helps the AI understand the bigger picture and tailor its response accordingly.
So if I'm asking for marketing copy, I might include information about my target audience, the product's features, or even competitor analysis.
Exactly. Adding context helps the AI generate more relevant and nuanced outputs.
Okay.
It's like giving someone background information before asking them to write a speech.
Got it.
The more they know, the better they can tailor their message.
Okay, so we've got the role, the task, the questions, and the context. What else is there?
Well, sometimes it's helpful to provide the AI with an example of what you're looking for.
So if I want a specific tone or style, I could show the AI a sample piece of writing and say, I want something like this.
Right, and this doesn't mean you're limiting the AI's creativity.
Uh-huh.
You're simply giving it a starting point and helping it understand your preferences.
It's like giving an artist a reference image. They can still create something original and unique,
Exactly.
but they have a better understanding of what you're looking for.
Exactly. And the fascinating thing is that even with these basic elements, you can already achieve remarkable results.
But wait, there's more. We've barely scratched the surface of what's possible with prompt engineering.
I know, right?
There are all sorts of advanced techniques that can really take things to the next level.
Let's dive into those next.
Okay.
Because some of these techniques are truly game changers.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so you've mastered the basics of crafting a solid prompt. Now let's unlock the real power of prompt engineering with some advanced techniques.
I'm ready to level up my prompt game. Hit me with your best AI whispering secrets.
One of my favorites is called chain of thought prompting. It's a bit like teaching the AI to think out loud.
Think out loud. How does that work?
Imagine you're solving a complex problem.
Okay.
You wouldn't just jump to the answer.
Right?
You'd break it down into smaller steps,
Right?
right?
You'd think through each step logically.
Exactly. With chain of thought prompting, you're prompting the AI to do the same.
Okay.
You're asking it to articulate its reasoning process, not just spit out a final answer.
So instead of asking, what's the solution to this problem,
Right.
you'd ask, how would you go about solving this problem step by step?
Precisely. And research has shown that this technique can significantly improve AI's performance on complex tasks. It's like giving the AI a roadmap to follow,
Hmm.
which leads to more accurate and insightful results.
That's so cool. It's like we're peeking inside the AI's brain and seeing how it thinks.
In a way, yes, we're making the AI's thought process more transparent and understandable to us.
Okay.
And that's a big step towards building trust and collaboration between humans and AI.
Okay. What other mind-blowing techniques do we have in our arsenal?
Well, how about this zero-shot prompting?
Okay.
This one is almost like magic.
Okay.
It's the ability to get an AI to do something it hasn't been specifically trained to do.
Wait, what? How is that even possible?
Remember how we talked about these large language models being trained on massive amounts of data?
Yes.
Well, that data encompasses a vast range of human knowledge. So even if the AI hasn't been specifically trained on a particular task,
Okay.
it can often figure it out based on its existing knowledge base.
So it's like the AI is able to connect the dots and make inferences based on what it already knows.
Exactly. And this opens up a whole new world of possibilities. You can ask the AI to do things you never thought possible without having to train it from scratch.
That's incredible. It's like the AI is constantly learning and expanding its ability.
Now, there's a related technique called few-shot prompting, which is like a stepping stone to zero-shot.
Okay.
Instead of giving the AI 0 examples,
Right.
you provide it with a few examples of the task you want it to perform.
So you're giving it a bit of a head start.
Exactly. This helps the AI understand this task more quickly and accurately, especially for more complex or nuanced tasks.
Okay, both of those techniques are blowing my mind, but you mentioned something earlier about AI learning from us in real time.
Yeah.
That still sounds a bit sci-fi to me.
It's called active prompting,
Okay.
and it's one of the most exciting frontiers in AI. Imagine a chatbot that can adjust its questions or suggestions based on how you're responding.
So it's not just following a pre-programmed script.
Right.
It's actually learning from our interactions.
Exactly. The AI is constantly analyzing your responses and using that information to refine its prompts. It's like having a conversation with a machine that's actually listening and learning from you.
Okay, I can see how that could be incredibly powerful. You
Hmm.
could have chatbots that become more helpful and personalized over time,
Hmm.
or imagine AI tutors that adapt their teaching style to each student's needs.
Exactly. The potential applications are limitless.
Yeah.
It's really pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible with AI interaction.
All right. This is all super fascinating, but let's bring it back down to earth for a second.
Okay.
How does prompt engineering actually apply to real-world problems?
Yeah,
What are some concrete examples of how people are using it?
that's a great question. Let's start with something that's probably on everyone's mind these days, content creation.
Okay.
Whether you're a marketer, a writer, a student, or just someone who needs to generate a lot of written content,
Yeah.
prompt engineering can be a game changer.
So instead of staring at a blank page,
Yes.
I could give an AI a well-crafted prompt and get a head start on my writing.
Exactly. You can use prompts to generate all sorts of content, from blog posts and articles to marketing copy and even creative stories.
But wouldn't that just be generic AI-generated content?
Not at all. That's where the skill of prompt engineering comes in. You can craft prompts that are specific to your needs and preferences, guiding the AI to create high-quality content that aligns with your brand voice and style.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're not just replacing human creativity. You're using AI as a tool to enhance and amplify it.
Precisely, and the same principles apply to other areas like language translation.
Right.
Prompt engineering is helping us move beyond clunky word-for-word translations to something that's much more nuanced and context-aware.
So instead of just translating the words, the AI is actually understanding the meaning and intent behind them.
Exactly, and that's crucial for things like marketing materials, legal documents, or any type of communication where accuracy and nuance are paramount.
This is really opening my eyes to the power of prompt engineering.
Yeah.
It's like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
And it's not just about words. Prompt engineering can also be used to generate code.
Code like computer programming.
Exactly. You can use prompts to generate code snippets, automate repetitive tasks, or even build entire applications.
So even if I'm not a coder, I could use prompt engineering to create simple programs or automate tasks.
That's right. And this has huge implications for making technology more accessible to everyone. You don't need to be a coding expert to leverage the power of AI.
Okay, this is officially blowing my mind. It feels like prompt engineering is going to change the way we work and interact with technology in profound ways.
I couldn't agree more. It's one of the most exciting and transformative developments in AI today.
But before we get too carried away, it's important to remember that prompt engineering isn't a magic bullet.
Right.
There are still challenges and limitations we need to be aware of.
Yeah.
What are some of the limitations we need to keep in mind?
Well, the biggest one is probably the most obvious. Point engineering is only as good as the prompts themselves. Like,
Right.
you can use all the fancy techniques in the world, but if your prompts are poorly written or unclear,
Yeah.
you're not going to get great results.
So it's not just about knowing the technical stuff.
Right.
It's also about having good communication skills and understanding how to convey your ideas clearly.
Exactly. It's like writing in general. You
Yeah.
need to be able to articulate your thoughts in a way that's both concise and comprehensive. And when you're writing for an AI, there's an added layer of complexity because you need to understand how the AI interprets language.
Right. It's like you're learning a new language, the language of AI.
Hmm.
And even if you're a master wordsmith, there's always the issue of bias.
Yeah.
We hear so much about bias in AI these days.
Yeah.
How does that play into prompt engineering?
That's a crucial point. AI models are trained on massive data sets, and those data sets can reflect the biases that exist in the real world. So
Mhm.
even if you craft your prompts carefully, there's always a chance that the AI might generate outputs that are biased or unfair.
So it's not just about being a good writer, it's also about being aware of potential biases and taking steps to mitigate them.
Absolutely. It's about being responsible and using this technology in a way that's ethical and equitable.
And I imagine that as AI models become more powerful and sophisticated, these ethical considerations will become even more important.
Without a doubt, prompt engineering is a rapidly evolving field, and we're only just beginning to understand its full potential and its potential risks.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the basic building blocks of a prompt to mind-blowing techniques like chain of thought and active prompting. It's clear that prompt engineering is a game changer.
It really is. It's a tool that has the potential to transform the way we work, learn, create, and interact with the world around us.
So what's the one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to leave with today?
I'd say this: don't be intimidated by prompt engineering. It's a skill that anyone can learn, and it's a skill that's becoming increasingly valuable in our AI-powered world. Start experimenting, have fun, and see what amazing things you can create.
I love that it's all about exploration and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So for all of you listening out there, what problems are you going to solve with prompt engineering? What will you create? The possibilities are truly endless.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Share them with us on social media, and let's continue this exciting journey of discovery together.
This is just the beginning of the prompt engineering revolution. And as AI continues to evolve, who knows what incredible things we'll be able to achieve with the power of a well-crafted prompt. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of prompt engineering.